Once upon a time, in a kingdom that floated between clouds and dreams, there was a princess named Seraphina. She was born during a storm that cracked open the sky. When lightning struck the royal tower, a falling star landed in her cradle. The court astrologers whispered, "She carries the light of the heavens." Her parents, King Darius and Queen Evelyn, named her after the seraphs, the angels of fire. Seraphina grew with a soft glow in her eyes that no candle could match. The people adored her, calling her the Star Child. But magic always comes with a price. When she was 10, the royal seer warned, "When her star fades, the kingdom shall follow." The king forbade anyone from speaking of fading or darkness again. He ordered the skies to be watched each night. "If her star dims, we must rekindle it," he said. Seraphina overheard him and trembled. "What if my light hurts them?" she whispered to her nursemaid. "Light cannot hurt," said the nursemaid. "It only shows what's hidden." But the princess often felt lonely, trapped in the brightness others worshipped. One night, unable to sleep, she looked out her window and saw a shadow move. A boy, climbing the outer wall, holding a black lantern. She gasped. "Who are you?" she called softly. "Someone who collects broken stars," he said. "Why?" "Because they still shine, even when people stop seeing them." His name was Kale. He was an orphan who lived beyond the city walls. Every night, he gathered bits of fallen light. "Do you think stars die?" she asked. "No," Kale smiled. "They only rest." His words stayed with her. From then on, Seraphina met him secretly each week. He showed her constellations shaped like forgotten kings. She told him of palace songs no one sang anymore. Their friendship grew like dawn after endless night. But soon, a shadow crept across the sky. Her star, the one that had fallen into her cradle, flickered. The royal astronomers panicked. "The omen is upon us," they cried. The king ordered the sky sealed with silver veils. "No one must see it fade," he commanded. But Seraphina saw. The light in her chest dimmed. The castle mirrors no longer caught her glow. "Am I dying?" she asked her reflection. It gave no answer. Kale noticed the change too. "You're fading," he said gently. "I know," she whispered. "Then we must find where your star belongs." "Where?" "In the realm of forgotten light," he said. "It's beyond the moon. Where stars go to rest." "How can we reach it?" "Through the mirror sea." "That's a myth," she said. "So are you," he grinned. The next night, they escaped the palace together. She wore a cloak woven with moon threads. He carried his black lantern. The guards saw only two shadows fleeing. They journeyed through valleys of mist and mountains of glass. In the forest of whispers, the trees spoke in riddles. "To find the sea, you must first face your reflection," one said. They walked until dawn. Finally, they reached a lake so still it looked like sky. "The mirror sea," Kale whispered. The water glowed faintly beneath starlight. "How do we cross?" she asked. "Step in," he said. "It shows truth, not danger." She hesitated. "What if I see something I can't bear? Then I'll see it with you." Together, they stepped into the silver water. The surface rippled and turned into a storm of memories. She saw her father hiding tears when she was a child. She saw her mother praying to keep the kingdom bright. And she saw herself, a lonely girl surrounded by light but longing for shadow. "You've never been fading," Kale said. "You've just never been seen." The water deepened. Beneath it glowed a gate made of starlight. "That's it," Seraphina whispered. "The way to the realm of forgotten light." They dove down hand in hand. The gate opened like a sigh. Inside was a sky turned upside down, stars floating beneath their feet. The realm shimmered with sleeping constellations. Each one hummed softly, like dreams in waiting. A voice echoed from everywhere. "Why have you come?" "To find her star," Kale said. The voice grew stronger. She carries it still. Then why is it dying? Seraphina cried. Because she fears her own light. I don't, she protested. Then show it, the voice commanded. The realm grew dark. Only her heartbeat remained. Kale's hand tightened around hers. Don't be afraid, he whispered. But I can't see. Then shine. She closed her eyes and thought of everything she loved, her parents, her people, Kale. Warmth bloomed in her chest. The darkness cracked. Light spilled from her fingertips. It swirled into shapes, wings, rivers, suns. The stars awoke, singing. You have returned what was lost, said the voice. Your light was never fading, it was waiting. The realm bathed her in silver fire. Her heart became a true star once more. Kale smiled. You're glowing again. No, she said softly. We're glowing. The black lantern in his hand shimmered, no longer empty. You carried a star too, she realized. Maybe it was always yours, he said. The voice spoke again. Return now. And let your lights guide the world. The realm folded around them like a dream fading to dawn. They awoke beside the mirror seat. The sun was rising, the water calm. Her glow was gentle now, not blinding. We did it, she whispered. We did, said Kale. They returned to the kingdom. The people gasped to see her light again. The Star Princess has returned. Her father wept openly for the first time. Her mother held her close and said, You were never meant to be only light. You were meant to shine with others. Seraphina smiled. Then let us lift the veils from the sky. That night, the silver curtains were taken down. For the first time in years, the people saw the true stars. Some were bright, some dim. But all were beautiful. The kingdom rejoiced. Kale was made keeper of the stars. His job was to remind everyone that even broken light mattered. He and Seraphina often climbed the tower together. They would watch new stars being born. Do you ever miss the realm of forgotten light? He asked. Sometimes, she said. But now I carry it here. She touched her heart. And so do you. Years passed. The kingdom prospered in both day and night. Seraphina ruled with wisdom, gentleness, and laughter. She built schools for stargazers and dreamers. She taught children that shadows were not to be feared. Light needs darkness to be seen, she would say. So never hide from either. Kale stood by her side through every season. The two became inseparable. When he fell ill one winter, she stayed by his bedside. Don't fade, she whispered. He smiled weakly. I won't fade. I'll just rest among the stars. Then I'll find you, she said. You always do, he replied. When he passed, the sky shimmered with a new constellation. It looked like a black lantern surrounded by silver fire. Seraphina named it the Keeper's Light. From then on, she spoke to it each night. Good night, Kale, she'd whisper. Keep the stars safe. The years grew long. But her light never dimmed again. It had changed, softer, wiser, endless. When her final day came, she stood upon the palace balcony. My star is calling, she said to her people. They wept but smiled through tears. You taught us to see the stars within ourselves, they said. Now go and rest. She closed her eyes and breathed once more. A single beam of light rose from her heart into the heavens. The night sky burst into color, thousands of new stars appeared. Look, cried the people. She's become the queen of constellations. And from then on, her light guided travelers across oceans. Sailors prayed to her for safe voyages. Children wished upon her glow for courage. Lovers promised truth beneath her star. Her kingdom thrived for generations. Statues of her stood in gardens, holding tiny stars. The royal crest became a heart surrounded by light. And carved beneath it were her words, "Shine, even when afraid." Over centuries, stories change. Some said she was an angel. Others said she was the sky's daughter. But the wisest still said, she was a girl who learned to love her own light. Every 100 years, a star would fall near her old tower. And from it, a new child would be born with eyes like dawn. The people called them Seraphina's children. They were artists, poets, dreamers. Each carried a spark of the star princess within. The kingdom never forgot her lesson. The brightest stars are those who dare to face their shadows. And so, the kingdom's nights were never feared again. Travelers from distant lands came to see the glowing tower. They said its walls hummed with old songs. On quiet nights, one could still hear her laughter in the wind. The gardens bloomed even under moonlight. No lamp was ever needed, her star shone enough for all. Centuries passed into legends. The Mirror Sea became a sacred place. Pilgrims visited to face their reflections. "Face truth," they whispered. "Find your light." Some returned weeping. Some returned glowing. All returned changed. The kingdom of Elisara became known as the land of eternal dawn. Its banners bore two symbols, a black lantern and a shining star. Together, they meant unity, darkness and light as one. Scholars wrote that Seraphina's magic came not from the heavens, but from courage. And courage, they said, was the truest kind of light. Mothers told her story to their children. When you feel lost, they'd say, remember the star princess. She found her way by believing she could shine again. In the sky, her constellation still moves with the seasons. When it rises in winter, people light candles in every window. The tradition is called Night of Returning Stars. It celebrates rebirth, hope, and truth. For every fading light, the people say, another begins to rise. And thus the balance is kept, light, dark, sorrow, joy. The world learned harmony from her heart. One legend says that when two lovers meet beneath her star, their hearts glow faintly for one breath. Her blessing, they call it. Another tale claims that lost travelers see her hand in the clouds. It points them home. Whether myth or miracle, none doubt her kindness. For even the stars seem warmer in her presence. Once, a young princess asked her tutor, "Do you think she still watches us?" The tutor smiled. "She doesn't need to. Her light lives in all who dare to be true." The child nodded. That night, she whispered to the sky, "Thank you, Seraphina." The wind stirred gently, as if answering. In the silence, the stars shimmered brighter. Somewhere beyond them, a laugh echoed. Perhaps it was hers. Or perhaps it was the sound of light remembering love. Either way, the kingdom slept peacefully. The moon smiled down, her silver sister. The rivers carried starlight to the sea. The Mirror Sea still shone, endless and calm. If one looked deep enough, they could see the gate of the forgotten realm. And beyond it, the star princess walking among dreams. Her crown was made of memory. Her heart was made of dawn. She whispered to every sleeping soul, "You are not fading. You are becoming. Shine gently. Shine truly. The world needs your light." And so the story continued, not an ending, but a cycle. Light into shadow. Shadow into light. The two danced forever. Seraphina's name became the word for hope in ancient tongues. In the temple, priests prayed not to her power, but to her courage. "Grant us hearts that glow through darkness," they said, "and eyes that see beauty in both." Her statues were carved holding two candles, one white, one black. Together, they burned steady, equal. Kings and queens knelt before them. Farmers lit them before harvest. Sailors prayed to them before storms. And poets wrote verses of her fire. She was not the light alone, one poem began. She was the reason the light returns. Her name drifted beyond mountains, beyond time. Even distant lands spoke of her story. The princess who taught the stars to rest. The queen who turned sorrow into flame. The child of dawn. All names for the same truth. That light without love burns, but light with love heals. And so, under every sky, hearts remembered her. In laughter. In tears. In courage to face another day. The star within, her gift to all. The kingdom thrived forever between night and morning. Its skies filled with gentle fire. Its people walk without fear of darkness. For they knew, every heart holds a little star. Every tear reflects its light. Every ending begins another dawn. And somewhere above, Seraphina smiled. Her constellation shimmered softly, whispering across the heavens, shine, even when afraid. Love, even when it hurts. And they did, forever after.